Marhaba, this is the Arab Gamer, gaming from the Arab world. Mega Man Legends has always been one of my most beloved gaming franchises of all time. For those of you who don't know, Mega Man Legends first came out on the PS1 back in 1997, and to me it was a revolution. It introduced 3D gaming on a whole new level. Instead of just, being a very realistic shooter with linear pathways, it was actually an open world game that just completely let you do whatever you want. Its two major game points were exploration, interaction. The game paid huge emphasis on those two factors, and it was just really interesting because in essence, Mega Man Legends was a game that let you explore your surroundings. I mean, it wasn't just you walking from level to level. It was a game that wanted you to explore the level. Like if you go to the shopping mall, you can listen to music. If you go to a hospital, you can help out a disabled girl. But if you're more like the fighting type, you can go to the dungeons and fight robots and look for parts and build guns. It was really, it sort of gave you a lot of freedom, and that's something I really loved about it. Another thing I really loved about it was its charm. Mega Man Legends, unlike other 3D games, decided to do more of a colorful and anime kind of looking presentation, and to me that was a really good choice. I mean, it looks amazing even for a PS1 game. The thing that makes me like it so much is because it reminds me of those old Japanese anime cartoons that I used to watch when I was a kid. And all the characters are iconic. I mean, such as the Bonds got their own game. The Serve Bots are known to be cameos in multiple Capcom games such as Street Fighter X Tekken and Dead Rising. Now, there are some complaints I have with the game. The controls weren't that great because it came out before the DualShock. So it left a lot of players frustrated, and they probably never got into it because of it, which is kind of unfortunate. Mega Man Legends 2, however, thankfully fixed all those problems, and they added the DualShock support, which made running and gunning a lot more easier. It also allowed more exploration. It was just pretty much Mega Man Legends 1 on a bigger scale. But it also had one major problem. The game ended on a cliffhanger. Now you see, unfortunately, just before they were going to reveal this massive, big secret, the game ended. And, well, players were left in the dark for like 10 years. We didn't hear about Mega Man Legends 3 until September 2010, which was 10 years. And we were so amazed and happy and surprised because Keiji Inafune, the father of Mega Man, went up and just said, "Hey, guess what, guys? Mega Man Legends 3, it's coming." And of course, everyone went, "Wow!" We all went crazy and we started getting excited. But then he's like, "Wait, there's more." Fans would be able to actually get involved in the production of the game. That means if you have a really cool robot design, it gets to be put in the game. I mean, that's freaking amazing. Not only was this the sequel we were waiting for, but it was probably a big deal for the game development world because, I mean, it introduced a level of transparency that wasn't very common, and I just sort of loved that. But unfortunately, the game ended up getting cancelled, which of course disappointed a lot of fans. Now, a lot of people blame Keiji Inafune leaving, but some people, a lot of people mostly blame Capcom. But I think the main problem was that Capcom felt that no one was going to buy a game that was 10 years old, even though they promised that they would release this demo for $2 to $3, and depending on the sales of this demo would determine whether or not the game will continue development, but we weren't given that chance. So of course a lot of people were pissed off. They wanted the demo, which was also called the prototype, and so this group of people made this fan page group called the 100,000 Strong for bringing back Mega Man Legends 3. And let me tell you, I have so much respect for these guys. I mean, really, these guys went all out just to convince Capcom that, hey, there are Mega Man Legends fans, and they're not only in the West and the East, but they're also around the world. So they got a lot of international people involved, like me. I was in charge of the GetMeOffTheMoon Arabic, and I went on and I think I was one of the first few people that attended the anime. We had our own national anime convention, and I managed to get a lot of signatures and send those to Capcom. And so we got a lot of involvement. It was a really like such a great community and people who are very open-minded to different cultures, and they just pretty much were all united under the one goal of release the prototype and bring back Mega Man Legends 3, and it was so good. Now, of course, we did get a lot of attention. Capcom has recognized us, and we even got the support of Keiji Inafune himself. So the big question is, will the game ever come out? Well, it's been a year, and I'm not gonna say it's gonna come out anytime soon. I mean, let's be frank. A lot of the developers who worked on that game have moved on to several other projects, and you know, a game takes a long time to make, like a year, maybe sometimes more. So I think that right now the developers are really busy working on those projects, and it would take a while until Capcom does anything about it. There is still hope, because I mean, the Devroom page, which was the official Mega Man Legends 3 page, is still open. I mean, why would you keep a page for a cancelled game open? I mean, unless you like torturing fans. Honestly, the only other logical explanation would be that Capcom would like to revisit the project sometime in the future. And the fact that it's also, it was coming on the 3DS, it was a handheld game. I mean, a 3DS game wouldn't cost as much as making a PS3 game, so the risk isn't as high. I also feel that a lot of Mega Man fans have been asking for this for a while. I mean, Mega Man Legends, there have only been 2 Mega Man Legends games and 1 spin-off, so I think a 3rd Mega Man Legends would be probably interesting to break off from the X series and the other Mega Man franchises. So yeah, I definitely think it's going to happen one time in the future. I don't know if it's going to happen anytime soon. I mean, this December marks Mega Man's 25th anniversary, and who knows, maybe Capcom announces something, although I wouldn't hold my breath for Mega Man Legends 3. But if it's a new Mega Man game, that's definitely good news. And oh, before I forget, I wanted to give a big shout out to Ryan. Thank you so much for this figure. He made this Mega Man Volnut figure. He actually has a website where you can buy these. These aren't bought from like a factory. He actually made these, and they look so good. I'll put a link in the description, so make sure to visit his site if you're interested in buying it. So good job, Ryan, looks really cool. And if you're interested in playing Mega Man Legends, unfortunately Capcom refused to re-release the games on PSN because of legal issues. So if you want to play the game, you'll have to find the originals. You can find them on Amazon or eBay, and you can play them on your PS3 just fine. Well, I guess that's it. I hope that by next year we'll be getting some nice, interesting results and a new Mega Man game. And I definitely think that the 100,000 strong, they deserve it for all the hard work they did. This is the Arab Gamer, gaming from the Arab world, ya Aziz. And don't forget, legends never die.
実はですね、まだまだ、ロックマンシリーズ、メガマンシリーズを作ってます。皆さんが期待しているタイトルであるのは確かです。何に期待してますか？ Thank you.